start with Pennsylvania School Board Association Member Services Manager Engagement Visit from Mr. Jim Somerville.
Hi, thank you. My name is Jim Somerville. I work for the Pennsylvania School Board Association. Before I get started, I just wanted to thank Angela. She's worked on getting an appointment here now for I think it's been a couple of months, because I planned to come out here this week. And so she graciously got me on the agenda for the board meeting tonight, so I want to thank her publicly for her help with that. I work for PSBA, which is in Mechanicsburg. However, I actually live in Western Pennsylvania. A few years ago, PSBA had a paradigm shift, and they started to hire member service managers to work out closer to the communities where our members live. So I cover from Lawrence County to Erie, I go over to Potter, into Clinton, Centre County, and then I move over Cambria and Blair, and I pick up Clearfield County, and then I just head west from there to Butler, Indiana, and Armstrong, and then I have the counties that big circle encompasses. My job is to be in touch with members, to let them know what programs, services, and live events PSBA is offering, so that they can take full advantage of their memberships. Also, if you have any questions or concerns, or there's things we're not doing, or we're not doing up to your satisfaction, I don't mind being the guy who's in the complaint department. Give me a call. I gave everybody here my business card. That's my personal cell number. I answer 24/7, as they say. My email's on there, and you can just shoot me an email if you need something from me. If the district needs something from PSBA and they're not sure who at PSBA they need to speak to, call me. I'll triage that call into our office in Mechanicsburg and try to get you the service that you need. I gave everybody a packet of what we call marketing cards and my business card, so that you have my contact information. After this meeting, I'll also follow up with an email to let you know that I appreciate the opportunity here, but that email also has some attachments that I'm going to refer to in my presentation this evening, so that the board can review those and have those documents in hand, rather than just be some type of a nebulous, vague concept that I'm talking about. The first card in your marketing package should look like this, and it's titled The Principles for Effective Governance and Leadership. These principles were adopted through a process that enlisted school board directors across the state, and they vetted these out and determined that these were good principles for all boards to aspire to. They were then voted on by the Delegate Assembly at our annual meeting in 2015. So they're only a couple of years old, and they are to advocate earnestly, lead responsibly, govern effectively, plan thoughtfully, evaluate continuously, communicate clearly, and act ethically. This is a really important card, because when I go out and do any type of trainings for boards, we pretty much tie everything we do back to these principles. We figure this is what the board members who came up with this consider the gold standard for how boards should conduct business. Okay, so this is a really important one. Another card you'll find in your packet should be titled Education and Training and Live Events. This year we hired a new education and training manager. Her name is Brianna Crowley. She's a former English teacher. She was teaching in the classroom for 10 to 15 years, went out and did some consulting, and then came to PSBA in the last 3 to 4 months. And she's been working very hard at putting together some live training events that we can roll out to our members. If anybody here has ever gone online and done any of the training modules that boards can do to learn about finance, Robert's Rules of Orders, how to conduct a meeting, all that type of stuff, how to act ethically, all that stuff's tied to the principles, you'll find that those courses have all been revamped. And after the first of the year, they'll be available online to members, and they're all brand new, and they come with a quiz, and there's a badging program. So you can take a 100 series or 200 series and get credentialed as you go through the courses and learn the things that you need to help enhance your board service. On the live event card, you'll see that we're doing new school board director training, and all the locations and the dates and the times are listed on your card, as are the dates, times, and locations for Board President's Day and our members' roundtable receptions, which will be held across the state as well. And then, of course, for the benefit of the solicitor, we have our spring legal roundup every year, and we get good participation in that. And I know that your partner, Carl Moore, is pretty active with PSBA, and he's done a lot of those things. So that's this card. The other thing my particular department does, we actually call ourselves teams instead of departments, is we're writing job descriptions for school districts. Some don't have current job descriptions, and the ones that need help either don't have current ones or they don't have the resources to put them together. And so we have developed a program with a software company, and we have a way of writing job descriptions and getting them back and forth with the district so that they're customized to the district. And I will send a sample job description up with the email that I referred to earlier so you can see what that finished product looks like. And I can actually put the price on that as well so that you can see what those services cost. Another service that we provide is called a board self-assessment. It's a survey monkey that we send out to boards, and we ask that the 9 board members and the superintendent complete the survey. It's 34 questions. It takes an average of between 8 and 10 minutes to complete the survey because it's multiple choice. That survey is then boiled down into a summary form with color-coded bar graphs to let you know how this board feels they're functioning relative to those principles. So I tell boards, you didn't get it right or get it wrong. If you found that your planning needs to be enhanced because maybe your comprehensive plan isn't done or you're not following it or you need to do more work on it, maybe the board scored itself lower there, and that would be revealed in the report letting you know that that's an area where you want to focus some attention. And so what we do is we'll do those, and then depending on your level of membership, we can either forward that report out, tell you how to interpret it, or come out and interpret it for you. And that's also tied to the principles, okay? So that's a good feature for you if you want to get that done. In addition to the job descriptions, we do compensation studies that allow you to benchmark your salaries in the district against other like districts. In my entire area, this is by far the largest district that I'm affiliated with. The second largest one only has 7,500 kids, and I have a district with about 400 kids. So there aren't any, districts in this area that really mirror the makeup of your district. It's the largest urban district in my entire territory. But this would allow you to compare your data to people that have, the square mileage you have for the purposes of busing. It'll look at your achievement test scores. It'll look at your age ratio because there's socioeconomic factors that really are tied to student achievement. I think we all know that. But the compensation study is another service that we offer. We also have a website where there's a search engine. It's called the Career Gateway. So if you're ever looking for administrative level people and you want to get that job posted, you can get a hold of it. We can do that at PSBA and put it out across the state. There's another program that we run that you don't have a card for. It's called the Success Starts Here program. It was something that we started at PSBA about a year ago this fall. And it's basically a public relations campaign that we're running so that we can try to, get the good news out about public education. To give you an example, I have a couple of districts. One was recognized for doing some things where they have a partnership with Google, and they put it on the Success Starts Here program. Other districts might have music programs that have done exemplary things. They may have a STEM program that's doing really well, and we can get that information featured on the PSBA website if you link to the Success Starts Here program. So if there's some things going on here that you're really proud of relative to your students and the programs or what the district's doing, you can contact me and I can show probably Angela, put that information up on our website because you can do it through the website. And it's a good way to get the district really positive publicity. And what I've done is I've taken that a step farther. If I know my districts that I work with are registering things on Success Starts Here, I actually push our public relations people to also put that out on a daily edition, which is an electronic newsletter you get every day, and then it goes across the state, and you get a little more play. Wilmington School District was on there today. If you read your daily edition, we work with them to get that out there. So I try to promote my districts and give them that extra little bit of publicity. The next card you'll see is by IDEX. I don't know if you've ever heard of IDEX, but IDEX is a data analytics program, and Brian is shaking his head. We partnered with IDEX about a year ago. This is a program that PSBA has partnered with IDEX and can offer for free for about a 25-month period, and then there will be a fee of about $2 per student, a capitation fee. But it's a data analytics program that allows you to look at your finances, your student achievement. Initially, it was a license issued to the superintendents. Excuse me. We also are now allowing free licensing to be issued to the business managers and curriculum folks because they really like to dig in and do queries about their districts and get some information and make data-driven decisions. Another couple of documents that I'll be sending with my thank you email would be a sample report from IDEX. and a list of canned reports that they have, just so the board can hold something in their hand to look at to see what they have, rather than have you guys all shuffling paper tonight. I kind of lighten things up here. You know, in China, they always talk about having the year of the rat or the mole or the bear or whatever. At PSB, I think this is the year of the advocate. We have, you know, had tough times over the last several years with budgets, and we're working really hard in our government affairs area to try to advocate very hard for public education. I believe the Success Starts Here program is testimony to that. A couple of other things we're doing is, in my role, we're being required to go out and try to speak with superintendents and hopefully get in touch with local legislators to let them know what some of the unintended consequences are of their legislation, and to let them know if something's going to adversely affect public education, or if there's a bill out there that we're really, really happy with, to get behind and help support it. So in addition to our government affairs people lobbying in Harrisburg and our member services team being out there with boots on the ground, we are also recruiting what they call PSBA legislative leaders and legislative advocates. And basically what we're trying to do is, if we have a bill in Harrisburg that's either moving that we don't want to move or one we want to get behind, we want to be able to let the districts know, they can let their leader know, and it might be districts that are contiguous to Erie as well. It doesn't have to just be Erie as a standalone district. Get them to either call, stop by, or send some written information to their legislator and say, listen, this is how it's going to affect us and our programs and our kids, and et cetera. So let's take a stand here and get that information out. All those talking points would be offered to you by our government affairs staff. So you don't have to sit down and create anything. We're just looking for people to be a voice locally. Our government affairs people feel strongly that if you live in the Erie area and you're talking to Erie legislators, it's going to make a whole lot more difference than if I called them from Westmoreland County. That's just the way government works. They want to hear from the people that can go to the polls and vote for them and live in their neighborhood. So advocacy is a big thing at PSBA. I don't know who here updates policies online and works with our policy department, but we also have a card for that. If you need any help with that, we can provide some on-site training, or we have webinars constantly that are available to our members. If you go on the PSB website and look at the events calendar, it'll tell you when there's a free webinar. And if you need any help with your policy program, let me know. We've got some really, really good people that do that. And they can either come on site, or sometimes they can troubleshoot a problem or help people over the phone. Or my counterpart, Anthony Pictionary, who's my immediate supervisor, we can come out here at Double Team and work with people if they need some help with policy services. Last but not least is we have an alumni forum. So if you have any board members that are going off your board, or any former board members who still have an interest in what's going on in public education, we develop an alumni network. It's voluntary, but we allow those people to kind of keep a hand in public education. And, you know, it just helps us stretch our advocacy out even and cast a broader net. So if you have a former board member, I gave an award to a board member in Northern Clarion the other night. He's been on his board for 44 years. And we've got guys that are, wow, I didn't mean to bring that up. But he doesn't think I didn't have a record. We have somebody that's in the 50s, you know. And I told the guy, what's that? I told the guy that was on the board 44 years, I said, I had a milestone birthday this year. I turned 60. I said, put it in perspective. My dad was teaching me to drive when you got on my board. Yeah. You know, so that's pretty crazy. But he was on there for 44 years. He's not going to make it to 45. He's done. So we had a good meeting the other night. His board rallied around him, and he had a great last night on the board. And people were very grateful for what he's done in service to his community, his district. I know how long school boards can go. I've talked the whole time. If anybody has questions, I would gladly take them at this point. If not, I think I've provided you with a lot of information to think of, and information that will allow you to get back to me in the event there's some other things I can do for you. I'm sorry.
Thanks for being here. I've always had a favorable opinion of PSBA. We don't very often get a chance to interact like this with the representative.
Right.
And since you're here, I just wanted to go back to that advocacy and governmental affairs. You tell us that you can give us information to go to our local legislators, but that's not what we need. That's not our problem. It seems we're at the mercy of legislators across the state, maybe in rural districts who don't know or care about our plight. Right. And and our local legislators, for their own self-interest, are usually in line with what we hope they'll do. But I've been around long enough to remember when Philadelphia politics controlled the rest of the state, and everybody like remote areas like us would say, oh, we're at the mercy of Philadelphia controlling and having and getting everything.
Right.
Now it seems like even they suffer because these rural districts scattered all over the place don't have to answer to anybody but a few of their neighbors, and yet collectively they seem to have a lot of power, if I'm reading it right.
Yeah.
And we're at the mercy of that, so I wish your organization and many others can exert some kind of pressure as a statewide thing in favor of public education and as this ongoing fair funding struggle.
Sure.
endures.
One thing, if you go on the website, we do, in fact, they did one today, it was either yesterday and today or today and tomorrow. There's a webinar they do that's called an urban forum and a rural forum. And the purpose of those is to hear and discuss or get information out there that is specific about the challenges that those districts have. Earlier tonight, I was talking to somebody, and I said, you know, your district has, what, 10,000, 11,000 kids. My next largest district has 7,500. I have a district that graduates 16 kids a year, and they have 1,000 square miles. So, you know, everybody that's trying to do this right is not doing it from the same vantage point. So your point is extremely well taken, because everybody has unique challenges based on how big they are, how many kids they have, their funding, you know, et cetera.
It's just an accountability problem with that legislature, that they just don't have to answer to us because there's no unified pressure on them for the whole state to succeed. If the rural and urban districts see themselves as competing,
Right.
that's not healthy either.
No, it's not.
We all rise and fall, I think, the same. It ought to.
Admittedly, I got caught in those crosshairs at least once in
I
my
don't
life.
want to put you against
Yeah,
that either.
yeah.
You know, it's
Sure, but, you know, if you read a lot about public education, our state's 46th in the country as a state funding public education.
We all ought to do better at doing something about that.
And I
It's
think-
not all PSBA, but I just
Right.
wish there was, we really would take for granted that you're for us, and hope you are.
Anybody else? It was good being with you folks. Take care.
Thank
Enjoy
you,
the rest of your
Chairman.
evening.
Appreciate it.
I'm off to Edinburgh.
All right.
Okay? All right, take care. Oh, my pleasure. It's nice to meet you. You're going to send me that stuff?
How long? 10.
Ms. Gursky?
I was just checking to see how long the video is, because I just want to make sure you had found out all the other pieces. So I just wanted to share some of the things that are happening in the academic side. And Collegiate Academy and the Fine and Performing Arts are going to have their open house this Sunday. And that is November 19th from 1 to 3:30. What has happened with the Fine and Performing Arts, they did some recruiting already in our middle schools. So they have taken their, the chorus, their jazz band. There's 4 different pieces that they went to the schools and they performed for the 8th graders, so they got a chance to see what that was. Our Erie High Magnet schools have a video presentation that they are also going to be going out to the schools to share with the 8th graders to show the other options that are available in our magnets and in our career and tech labs. Their open house is December 7th at 6 o'clock. Along with that is our Maritime Magnet School, which we are moving towards preparing. We had tours on Monday for any 8th grader from the 3 buildings who are interested in looking at what that would look like. They had gone there as well. And we'd like to try to have an open house on December 7th for that. So there are a few other things that have been going on that I'd like to share, but I don't want you to miss on the video that they prepared. So the administration is here, Pam and Jill and Mike, in their preparation for going into those middle schools to show what the offerings are for this coming school year. So do you want to show the video? And you actually have brochures that you want to share out?
We have some brochures that we made for open house.
open plains, we are under one name.
This year we're learning the basic nursing skills to prepare us for our next year, our senior year. And next year will be state certification tests for nursing assistants next year. And if we pass them, we become certified nursing assistants so we can work in hospitals, nursing homes, and just give people care that they really need.
I'm in the medical assisting shop at Erie High School, and some of the things that we do are blood pressure, temperature, pulse, capillary puncture, and it benefits me because it's going to help me become a better medical assistant in the future, and it's going to help me save lives. So I think this is a very great shop for you to attend. Come join us sometime.
Different stories, one dream, 'cause we don't wonder where we belong.
Really great for us because we're getting into things we don't usually do at Erie High. We're in the botany out here. We're going to go to the beach on Friday to do a lot of work out there that we've never done before. So it enables the kids to do something that's different in this field, that they can learn hands-on, and that for us that's great right now. So we're going to be out here. Hopefully we're going to be out here for the whole winter sometime. So it's just a win-win situation for us.
Eighth graders, join Protective Services if you want to learn how to fight fires and save lives. In Protective Services, we go on field trips. We have PT every Friday, which means you get to go outside, hang out with your friends, and play kickball. And we also run around the track to get in fit shape so that you can become a police officer, an EMT, or a firefighter.
Hello, my name is Roy. Welcome to pre-engineering. In this class, I'm used to help teach robotics, programming, and industrial automation. Let me introduce you to Neil.
For engineering, we use computer-aided design to create products and computer-aided machining, CNCs, to produce them.
This is machine trades. We do manual milling, CNC milling, CNC lathes, manual lathes, saw inspection. We make parts for the school. We sell a lot of stuff that we make, snowmen's, bats, cannons, chess sets. We go to Manufacturing Day, and we went to Chicago last year, the biggest trade show in the world.
Construction Cherries is where we take old wood and make new projects out of it to sell it to raise money for our shop. One of the things we do is go on events, like to make more money for our shops. We go on trips, field trips, all that. So, it'd be good if y'all come join us because we need people.
I chose the welding program because I want to be a welder when I grow up. I feel like the welding program is really good for me because my teachers are certified welders and used to work in the industry. They can give me all the certifications I need and prepare me for a real world welding job.
In Culinary Arts, we cook and we learn business skills. In Culinary Arts, we sell our food that we make. We make it fresh every day, and we have a good time while doing it.
Alright, so what we do in auto mechanics, we work on cars inside the body and out. We do tires, brakes. I joined this class because I thought I'd get better at it, and work on my own cars. Great experience, fun money.
Hi, this is Auto Body Shop, and we take cars that have body damage and we repair them and then we paint them. And also what we do is we take parts from the welding shop and we take them here, we sandblast them, and we also powder coat them, and they'll turn out something like this.
In marketing, we learned how the basic world works. We learned about entrepreneurs and the way that money is used and works. We learned about how businesses are ran. And basically, we learned how to create things. We're the innovators of the new age. So we're just learning about people and how the human mind works and, you know, better ways to expand, market products, and become the future marketing.
Welcome to Erie High Fitness Center. I'm Miss Wiley. Are you passionate about working out? Do you like to use equipment like all of this? Cardio stuff, strength training? Then this is the magnet school for you. The Exercise and Sports Medicine Magnet. You can become a certified personal trainer. Sign up, and in 4 years' time, each year you'll take a different course that will lead to where you can take the exam. In addition to that, there are credits. You can leave here with 9 credits to Edinboro University to get in their human performance track. Also, field trips to Edinboro University, as well as mentoring opportunities. Are you passionate about working out, fitness, strength, health, wellness? This is the magnet for you.
This is child development, and in this class we learn how to take care of babies and be good parents.
We get to take them home and we get to learn how to hold them and feed them.
I think cosmetology is a good option for anybody who likes hair, skin, or nails. In cosmetology, we do pedicures, manicures, haircuts. Haircuts is my personal favorite because you can design it in your own way or how the client wants it.
We found our home in the Father's love. Here we go. This is nothing ordinary. There is power in the name we carry.
This is computer programming, and in this shop you will learn code with multiple languages, first starting with a text-based program.
Next up is C#, which is visual-based. That is more with stuff to do, like you open up a notepad or something and you got the text.
So if you're wondering who made this awesome video, it was my shop, Digital Media, where you're going to learn how to shoot, edit, and produce videos. If you're interested at all in television, please come join us here in Digital Media.
Okay, we have a fun and exciting program to tell you about that's new for next school year. It's called our Maritime Program. It's in conjunction with the Bayfront Maritime Center in Erie High School. This unique opportunity will allow you to come to Erie High School to take some core classes such as marine biology, environmental science, oceanography, water safety classes, and then you will go down to the Bayfront and you will take courses geared toward maritime studies such as navigation, maritime law, and shipbuilding. This program is new and exciting, and it's coming, and we are working on the components to it now. But if that sounds like something that you're wanting to do or interested in, then the Maritime Program is for you.
Are you interested in working with people? Do you like working with numbers? Possibly working in an office setting or a management position? Then the business pathway is for you. Next year, in 18-19, we will offer courses in business, finance, accounting, travel and tourism, possibly management. If you're interested in pursuing that career in college, you could be a financial planner, a hotel restaurant manager, an office manager, or any other position possibly in a local business that requires a college degree. If you're not interested in college, there are plenty of opportunities in the local area in sales and office workers. Think about entering Erie High School in the Business Magnet.
talking about actually having students going into the buildings and seeing what's available, you know, right before the final decision is made. We've been also working on an application, online application, with our guidance counselors at middle schools so that all the applications can be done online. And so if you wanted to go to the Collegiate Fine Arts program, that will be available November 19th, right after on the 20th, and December 7th, December 8th, that will also be available for Erie High. Dual enrollment courses that have been working, Go College and Talent Search have been offering courses at Gannon, Edinburgh, and Mercyhurst for dual enrollment. We were able to work with Edinburgh just this past week. We're going to have in January a course that our students can take at Erie High, and the students will get 3 college credits, and it's on Introduction to Multicultural Education. So if you were in that pathway for education or early childhood or social work, it's an elective course that you could take. You'd have 3 college credits even before as 11th and 12th graders.
That's a course taught by an Edinburgh professor at Erie High, so we're really excited about that.
Yeah, he's coming in, the gentleman is coming in. Both schools are putting it out, so if we have 25 students, we have to have 25 students. If they're coming from Collegiate, they have to come to Erie High to actually take the course. It's going to be at Erie High. There are pieces to it where they do some observations in the Newcomer Academy. Jill, anything else you want to share on that?
You're doing a great job.
I just wanted to give you a few other things about the middle schools. I hope I have time. The Ice House training that I talked about a while ago with the United Way that gave us the funding for it. So that all of our teachers in social studies in 7th grade have been trained. This Friday they're going to finish up on the curriculum. They got together, they're very excited about this program. They're going to start in January. With that program, they are talking about a culminating event where all the 7th graders who are participating goes to one school and almost does like an entrepreneurship fair, where they share out what their problems were and what their solutions were and share it with the folks, with all of you and all of their families. On that same strand, we've been talking about doing the same thing with our 6th grade arts in residency. They're talking about our 6th grade all going to Strong Vincent to have a culminating event. We also have incorporated a musical in the middle school. They have auditions over the month of November, and they're going to be practicing in their schools. I think it's Sing is the title of the musical, and they're going to have it in May or June. And it is all 3 of our middle schools working together to perform the musical. Again, we're trying to keep some consistency across all 3 buildings. Brian and I were talking a little bit about this afternoon. We feel there's so many things that are happening, and in a 3-minute presentation to try to give you everything, we talked about maybe if all of our principals get the information to Daria and to Janae, and then they get it to Brian, Brian can add it to your updates so you can know exactly what's happening. Because we have ASL happening, we have the robotics Lego League going on soon, and all those things you may want to attend or you may want to hear more about it. So we'd like to give more information to you.
Thank you.
Will that video be prominent on the website and broadcast on the TV channel?
We can't. We haven't.
Well, I just, the camera wasn't on it there, and I thought it was very good. And some people tune into the meetings, and maybe they'd see it. If not, if it's accessible and on the channel, it's worth it.
I think Dawn was already planning to put it up on YouTube. Yep. We'll do that.
Okay.
Bobby?
Great old minds think alike. That was exactly what I was going to say. We need to promote that on, whether it's on our educational channel. And it may be something that the chamber might be interested in promoting Erie and being forward thinkers and doing what we do. They might be interested in having a copy of that for distribution. I think it's great. Kudos, kudos.
The kids did it all.
That's awesome.
Come on, really quick questions. What are our main
band numbers now? That's how you started off your piece. How many people are in the Erie band?
In the band, Erie Band, we had about 35, I think it was, in the band. And they did their recruitment as well. I didn't even.
And how many people from the new performing arts school are in the band? Are they strongly encouraged to join that?
That, I don't have that. I'd have to check with Dana about that particular piece. That's something that is a work in progress. We know we have to do some work on recruiting for the band in particular. And we have to do that in all honesty. Our music, we added a second music teacher in all of our middle schools. So we are actually offering some instrumentals, more so than we have in the past. In those K-8 buildings, we did not have a lot of instrumentals going on.
2 weeks ago, the band director did come to our high school to recruit students and presented in our gym to students, and they did a whole number.
It just seems like, I go around a lot of schools for a number of reasons. Our band, I think, just really needs a lot of help. And you talk about maybe the school pride, and you see 100 kids out there. I was just at school last weekend, and they had 160 kids. I think from Sharon, whatever school it was at. Boy, did they look good. And a whole bunch of people go to the football game, they don't care. I'm talking to a parent. The wife didn't know the difference of a first down to a punt. But they were there, and they were, it was...
It's something that we're going to have to build over the next several years. And I think one of the big differences, my son was in the band in Seneca, between the county schools and what we offer here is he started with the band course in 5th grade and had instrumental lessons at school and afterwards, which for most of our kids, we were unable to offer that. And now with the middle school program, we're going to be able to build that base. It's kind of like a feeder program for football. We need to make sure that those kids are getting to the high school with some background in instruments and learn how to read music and play instruments. And so once that happens over the next couple of years, I think we'll see a big increase.
The only thing to add to that, when Paul, my oldest, went to collegiate but played in Central, this is going back in 98, 99, they had 207 kids at Central alone. And they had East and Vincent also that they were a part of. And so you can see where we went from 99 to today. It's quite a depletion. There are 3 different bands, right? The orchestra, the jazz, and the marching, right?
Correct.
Curiously, as Tommy inquired, how many kids right now are in like the marching band?
The marching band I know had 35. Now, the other programming that they have at collegiate, I don't have those numbers for you. I can get them for you. But I know that, you're absolutely right. And Dana Gilmore, his role as he is principal of the Fine and Performing Arts, he has also overseen the entire related arts program. So art, music, gym, he is monitoring from K all the way to 12. So he's embedding it in the other grade levels.
Anything, Jason?
I was just going to refer to Chuck Luke back in the day.
Oh, back in
Yeah. Managed program together.
It used to be youth church. All right, thank you. We have to move on. Mr. Polito.
I just wanted to point out we did have a lot of supplemental items on the agenda between the November 1st whole meeting and now, and I apologize for that. Many of them we did discuss with you at the community whole meeting, some of them we didn't, but there were issues that came up that we thought it was important to make sure that they were on the agenda this time. We'll make sure that moving forward we don't have that happen as often and try to keep that to a minimum. But I wanted to give the board an opportunity if they had any questions about anything that we put on the agenda since November 1st. If you have any questions, we'd be more than happy to answer.
Yeah, I don't see the new business, not second one.
We added them after the November 1st, they were part of the agenda, so that we just didn't give you an opportunity to review those. There was, I can go down the list here. We had career and tech ed task grids for 17-18. education agreement. We did have a policy that we updated on pupil administration of medication. We had the wage reopener for the administrative personnel and the non-bargaining units. We had a small revision to this 2017-18 student handbook related to medication. And this is one that we did not talk about, the termination of the parking lease between the school district and UPMC Hammett. That'll free up several parking spots in the back of Central. We thought it was important to get that done as soon as possible. We have approval of extracurricular activity payments and then a number of expulsions.
Yeah, I recall we did talk about most of those, Brian, thanks. I just didn't see them as supplemental, so they're all included in the agreements, right?
Okay. Deborah?
I'll be very brief. I just wanted to let the board know that this evening we've invited our legislators to attend. We'll be thanking them officially for their role in securing the additional funding for us. We're going to do that, I believe, at the beginning of the meeting. We're going to do it a little differently. Mr. Petrunger will come out to a podium we've set up at the front of the stage, and we're going to ask you, the board members, to come stand really at the front of the stage. That way, as each of them come up to accept, we can do a little photo. They can sit back down, and then the next one can come up. So you'll see at that point in the meeting, and I'll be off to the side, we'll have you all come stand so that the photos can be taken with all of you and each of them as they come up. We're going to be honoring Senator Laughlin first, then he'll sit down, then we're honoring Governor Wolf. Julie Slomsky is here to accept on his behalf. Then all of our representatives together. So Fabrizio, Harkins, Sonny, and Bizzaro. I don't believe they're all coming, but we'll honor them all together. And then Kathy Dahlkemper, we have a little thing for her. I don't think she's coming either, but I just want to make you aware. And then after Kathy Dahlkemper, you can all go sit back to your regular spot. Go on with the meeting. Any questions on that? I'll help direct traffic. Okay, thank
I
you.
just want to thank you for having more people on our side than McDowell had when we won that game.
I'll take credit.
Anybody have new business or any other matter? We do need an executive session. Executive session for negotiation